Well, hello, good morning, my earthly angels. It is Tigra, and you're here at Sacred Sagittarius Angels Answers All, joining me this weekend to start tapping into the mid-month energetic messages for Sagittarius for the month of September. First, we're going to start out with a affirmation combined with a Lenormand reading. I didn't get an opportunity to give you affirmations in the beginning of the month, so what I usually try to do, if this is your first time joining me, I usually do readings weekly, the weekends, and then I do monthlies, and then I do either mid-month or I'll do a wrap-up at the end. So I try to kind of follow the energy and follow up on the energy from the readings that I did at the beginning of the month, and sometimes I might go back and put in some readings that I didn't get a chance to do. So I try to balance it out. No matter what I bring here, I bring it to you in love and peace. I respect your energy, respect mine, respect this space. For the community of Sagittarius, all that I ask is that you show your appreciation for my consistency and the free content here by sharing, liking, subscribing most of all, and commenting. It helps the YouTube algorithm so that the content of the channel could be shared with the rest of the Sagittarius community. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Take what you will from this and move forward in your life with your own intuitive gifts. Cards are blessed and prayed and shuffled. Let's get started. So what are I think we want 5 affirmations as we're in mid-month of September for Sagittarius. And those of you who are not familiar with affirmations, they are words of energy of positivity that you speak into your life, because so you speak it so you can see and believe it. So affirmations are something that you should be saying multiple times throughout the day and throughout your lifetime. You don't have to do anything fancy. You can wake up by saying, today I'm going to have a marvelous day. And just by saying that, you're speaking that energy and you work towards having a marvelous day. You can get yourself a set of affirmation cards. You can write up your own on an index card, or you can just come to this channel where I have many of them throughout a lot of the readings that I've done in the past. Just one other housekeeping note before we get to the affirmations in Lenormand reading. A reminder that I do purge a lot of my readings. So I know some of you are saying, well, wow, Tigra's been on here for many years, but it doesn't seem like she has a lot of content. That's because I've purged hundreds of videos throughout the years. I try to keep the ones that are relevant, and also it just helps to keep it more manageable than keeping all that content here. Okay, so the first affirmation we get is, I have the power to create change. I have the power to create change. So if you wake up in the morning and you say this, I have the power to create change, you're saying to yourself, and you're also reinforcing it to the universe, that yes, there are some things that we know are not in our control and we have to leave it to God, but there are a good majority of things that we do have the power to do to create positive change in our life and in others. The next beautiful affirmation that we get is, the only approval I need is my own. This is a great affirmation, especially if you have the tendency to be a follower, or your vibration is low, or you feel like you have to live up to other people's expectations. The only approval I need is my own. And life can be very daring. It could be very struggling when you fall on hard times, or spiritually if you're not balanced, and other people can put their tension or their demands upon you, and then you feel this need to live up to their expectations, to do the things that they desire for your life, other than doing what you know and what you feel is right for you. So this is a beautiful affirmation if you're kind of caught in those crossfires. The only approval I need is my own. You do what is right for you, Sagittarius. You do what you intuitively feel is for your greater good. The next affirmation we get is, I only do what sets my soul on fire. We're a fire sign, we're very passionate, and you should live your life setting goals and striving for the things that give you zest, that give you appeal, that really give you the gumption to be happy and excited in life. You know, the reason that you wake up in the morning, right? What motivates you? So by saying this affirmation, I only do what sets my soul on fire, it's basically saying you're only going to give your energy to the things that you desire or to the things that give you happiness and joy. You're not going to give your energy to the toxicities or the things that take up your time that really aren't of your interest. As we get to the second to last card, we get, I honor the divine energy that is money. I honor the divine energy that's money. So for my Sagittariuses that have problems dealing with money, sticking to your budget, you know, kind of living out of your means, this is a great affirmation for you because it reminds you that you should honor the divine energy that is money, because money is energy. And like any type of energy, the way how you use it, right, is the way how it's going to either compensate you or take away from your life. So honor money, respect money, and it will work on your behalf and you will be very abundant. The final affirmation that we get at the bottom of the deck is, it is safe for me to rest. It is safe for me to rest. For the Sagittarius that are on the go, yes, we're very passionate. Yes, you know, we want to do everything and be everything to ourselves and to everyone else. And sometimes we feel like if we're not being busy, we're not living. And actually, it is okay to rest. It is safe for you to rest. You don't always have to be on the go. You don't always have to be on the dance floor at the next event or being part of the next project. You don't always have to keep busy. Sometimes you need to sit down, be still, tap into, you know, your energy of rest. Rest in your mind, rest in your soul, finding your peace, gathering your thoughts so that you can hear your inner voice, so you can filter out the things that you need to filter out, so you can have room to receive the things that you need to receive. So yes, it is safe for me to rest. And this is something that if you work in a real strenuous type of job where it's very demanding, they require a lot of overtime from you, or even your family just feels like you always have to be attentive to them. No, take a few minutes and say this to yourself. It is safe for me to rest. It is safe for me not to honor everyone else's demands. It's safe for me to take a break from my mental space and my own joy and creativity. So I hope you've all enjoyed these 5 affirmations for the month of September. Now, as we start out at around 7:55 on the timestamp, let's see what the mid-month messages are from the Lenormand deck. Okay, we're going to start out 4 cards. We get the cross. So for the mid-month of September, some of you might have a cross to bear. You might be going through a difficult challenge. There could be family issues or work issues or just something in your life that is heavy, that's a burden upon you that you're dealing with. You could be seeking counseling or just going within to find the answers. Some of you might be withdrawing from friends and family at this time, or drawing closer to friends and family as you try to find a solution or as you try to bring closure or peace to a particular situation. We also get with the cross energy for the month of September. Many of you could be going through karmic situations, a stage in life where it is a difficult period, okay? Mental anguish, strife over a situation directly impacting you or could be impacting the people that you care and love about the most, right? Your family, your friends, your siblings, and you're kind of caught in it because of your love and your attachment and your emotion. It's like a period of suffering that you're enduring. For some of you, it could be sadness and fear and pain that comes from a broken or a troubled relationship. a difficult time for some of you that you're going through in the relationship, and a lot of energy and a lot of disagreements and misunderstandings. For your finances for the month of September, some of you, this cross that you need to bear or that you might be bearing is difficulty or challenges in the job, proposed changes coming to the job, possible layoffs, being transferred to a different department, that sort of energy. The next card that we get is the Woman. This could be the energy of someone in your life, a grandmother, an older woman, a mentor, a close friend, a colleague that could be coming to you during this time as you have this cross to bear, to comfort you, to give you guidance, to be there to support you. This could also be your wife, your daughter, your sister. It's a person that is very active and very close to you in your life. This person has great importance to you and you to them. So if they see you suffering, if they see you bearing a cross that is more for you, that you can feel that you can bear, they will definitely be there with you to help you through the times of difficulty. This person is very beloved to you, and you have a companionship and a friendship and a love for each other that is very sustainable and very true and very real. This person, again, is going to be a person that is going to help you. Even if they can't physically solve your problem, they're going to be there to help you emotionally go through it and get past it. With the energy of the Lily, we also get in this time of September that others of you have harmony, you have peace. You've gone through the terrible times in your relationship. You could be just rebounding from a difficult time in your relationship, and you're finally getting back to the maturity and peace and the companionship and the partnership that you always wanted in your relationship. The passion is back. You're kind of committing back to each other. This could be many of you going back to the altar or to the church, renewing your vows, or even just speaking to each other about recommitting to each other in your relationship. Financially, with the energy of the Lily, many of you at this time, you have some of you who might be near job loss or not managing your money correctly, but then we do have those Saggies that I'm happy to say that are having success. They're very prosperous in the things that they do, and they're moving forward. And in your personal relationships with your friends and family, you have harmony and peace. So like life, everything kind of is like split down the middle, right? We have those Saggies who are going through the little turmoil of difficulties and challenges. And then we have a lot of us that are doing quite well. But as we know, therefore the grace of God can be any of us. So we have to be respectful to whatever energy we are all in at this time. With the energy of the Sun, overall, things will look bright for Sagittarius, even those who are going through challenging times. And things might even be even brighter for those of you who are living in a very prosperous life and you have a good luck. This is the sign of good luck coming your way, possible advancement, dreams that were deferred. The desires are now coming to place, achievement of your goals, opportunities finally being open to you and carried out. In your personal relationships, kind of you wanting to reunite with people, rebuilding some relationships that were hurt in the past. In your love relationships, you're carefree, you're strong, you feel good about your relationships, you feel happy in the relationships and partnerships that you have, and there's a sincere love and partnership there. Financially, the Sun brings happiness and joy. It reflects the hard work and the bounty of the financial prosperity that you have worked so hard for in your life. We end the LENORMAND with the final energy of the clouds. There are still some things in your life, Sagittarius, this month as we go mid-month into September that are kind of foggy. Some agreements aren't necessarily quite worked out yet, right? There could be some doors that you're waiting to open that aren't opening because of setback or delays. There could be certain closures that are also on delay because of the energy or because of the other people involved in these particular situations that you are involved in. With the cloud energy, we're also talking about you not being able sometimes to see clearly through certain situations because of anxiety or stress, temporary conflicts, just that energy of you're letting other things block your blessings or get in the way of you seeing clearly through situations. There still could be a few relationships that you are suffering disappointments, and no matter how hard you try, these relationships, they just can't bond or ever be what you want them to be. So you will have to come at some point to the decision of walking away from these from these relationships, because there's just some relationships, no matter how much you want them, no matter how you try to nurture them and work with the other person, they're just not meant to be. You're not aligned. And this can be friends, family, lover, co-workers. You know, the conflicts that some of you might be still having with your romantic partner, you're still not going to be able to see your way through it because you're not looking and listening to each other clearly. You're both kind of like fighting for what you each want rather than what you should do and should have together for the relationship and what works for the relationship overall. So until you can get past your own ego and them past theirs, there's going to be this uncertainty, all this haze. It's like you need to take off the sunglasses and see the relationships and your life for what it truly is rather than what you want it to be. You get caught up in the fantasy, so to speak. So I love this mid-month Lenormand and affirmation reading for you. I pray that it brings you the energy and the guidance to help you along your further journey during this month of September. Namaste.